Hello, or should I say, ahoy! Last week we were welcomed aboard the Hispaniola for our unit on Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. We met our protagonist, Jim Hawkins, and his family, witnessed the demise of old Billy Bones, and were introduced to several interesting characters. Ever since we started reading, Mia has been obsessed with writing the next great pirate novel. Mia wants us to take a closer look at one of their characters, which is perfect timing since we're learning all about characterization today. Thanks, Mia. Let's hoist the anchor and sail into today's lesson. Today's video will be a voyage through characterization. We'll look closely at 3 different methods of characterization that authors use, and we'll end with a weekly preview of some of your assignments. Characterization refers to the way in which an author creates and develops a fictional character. Characterization is strategic. Particularly in novels, the author reveals the character's personality over time, and these revelations continually influence the reader's perception of the character. There are a few different ways that authors develop characters. Think about Treasure Island so far. What characters have you met, and what have you learned about them? To take it a step further, how do you know what you know about them? The most direct approach to characterization is description. The author introduces and explicitly describes the character, usually sticking to physical traits. Mia has sent me a great example of direct, descriptive characterization for their novel. While I read, think about the significance of the details that Mia chose to focus on. Let's take a look. Iron Flint stood afore the mast, a towering figure cut from the very cloth of the sea itself. His eyes, sharp as a pair of marlin spikes, missed naught that transpired upon his deck. Clad in a coat of deep sapphire blue, which was braided with silver that shimmered like the scales of a fish under the Caribbean sun, he cut an imposing figure. Wow, Iron Flint sounds like an intimidating guy. Mia did a great job. From this description, what did you learn about this character? Maybe you noticed that he's dressed in a deep sapphire blue coat, or that his sharp eyes notice everything that happens on the deck. This is the most straightforward approach to characterization because it's directly stated by the author. This, however, is not the only way authors use characterization. Let's examine 2 methods that require you to read between the lines and make inferences. Do you remember what dialogue is? Dialogue is spoken conversations between characters. This is another great method of characterization. It requires a bit more thought, though. Beyond the explicit meaning of the dialogue, there's often some hidden implicit meaning, leaving the reader open to interpret and infer meaning. When you're reading dialogue, ask questions like, is the character being truthful? Does the character speak with a unique voice? How does the character react verbally to various situations? Are you ready to hear some more of Mia's novel? Let's see what we can infer about Iron Flint. Gather round and mark my words, ye lubbers and sea dogs, Iron Flint called out, his voice steady as the tide. The path to fortune is a treacherous one, paved with peril as much as with gold. It's the sharp mind and the ruddy blade that will see us through. Hold fast, do your part, and the spoils will be ours. Trust me and you'll find no quarter. We'll follow yon star to where X marks the spot. What does this dialogue tell you about Iron Flint? Maybe you notice that he seems to be the captain. It looks like he's giving a speech to a crew when he says to gather round. And that threat near the end? Cross me and you'll find no quarter. Quarter in this case means safety and housing. What can you infer about his character from that? This hints that he is not someone you'd want to cross. Notice how the text never explicitly states this quality of ruthlessness, but it's inferred through his words. Have you ever heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words? Well, sometimes that applies to characterization too. Action is the final method of characterization that we will be exploring today. The character's actions generally reveal more about them than their words. This is another method of characterization that is indirect. You, as the reader, have to infer what the author is implicitly meaning by the character's actions. Mia shared one more passage of her novel on Iron Flint. Let's see what we can infer from Iron Flint's actions. In the grips of a howling tempest, when the crew faltered, Iron Flint leapt to work. With the mainmast groaning under the storm's might, he ascended with agility and without fear. There, against the fury of the heavens, he wrestled the thrashing sail into submission, his command slicing through the roar as sharply as his knife through the rigging. So, what characteristics can you determine from this passage? Which actions reveal Flint's character? Flint shows bravery in this passage. He's not afraid of the storm, but leaps into action. He must be an expert sailor because he knows exactly what to do to secure the loosened sail. His actions also show that he's a strong leader while under pressure. Mia has crafted a strong character for their novel. So today, we've uncovered 3 methods of characterization: description, dialogue, and action. As we navigate through Treasure Island, keep an eye on how Stevenson uses these methods, especially with an iconic character that you'll meet soon, Long John Silver. Now let's preview your assignments for the week. This week, you can expect a variety of activities. You'll be reading chapters 7 through 12 throughout the week, so remember to keep your chapter log handy. You'll be ending the week by answering reflection questions and writing a character analysis. Just as Mia is piecing together her pirate novel, you'll be piecing together the traits and quirks of Stevenson's characters. This is your chance to show off your own skills of observation and deduction. Mia's enthusiasm for creating memorable pirates can inspire your own insights into Stevenson's world. What hidden treasures will your character analysis uncover? Remember, understanding characterization enriches your reading experience, giving depth to every pirate, parrot, and protagonist you'll meet on these literary seas. Until our paths cross again, keep your wits sharp and remember to always be clever. Hey, hey.